Well, I just got out of work, and now I'm making this response video for the Lions game tonight. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-9 on Monday Night Football at Ford Field. A game I was supposed to be at, but I couldn't get out of work, so I sold my ticket. And because of that, I worked 9 hours, so it's a little over 12:30 in the morning as I'm making this video, so it's a little late, but I mean, this is the only time I could make this video. This game, the Lions, I feel like they pretty much dominated this game, but they left so many points on the field that they won 20-49, but honestly, this could have been a lot worse. They went for it a few times, didn't convert. They missed the field goal. Goff fumbled in Tampa Bay territory. Just mistakes left and right, and but I'm not going to get too caught up in the negative. This was actually an impressive win. Tampa Bay was one of the top. They were they were a team that was kind of on fire coming into this game. They only had one loss all year. They were 5-1, and the Lions needed this win. Honestly, I feel like they needed this win. I mean, it's an important one for playoff implications later down the road, because now they got a tiebreaker with an NFC team, and it was a good rebound win after what happened in Kansas City. And I feel like, as far as the refereeing goes, I think the refereeing was a lot more fair this week than last week, and I actually think we got a few breaks here and there. I think the refs are trying to pay us back for screwing us over last week, and because they know they screwed us last week. But all that aside, I'll take the win, and it's a big win. 5-2, and the Lions go into the bye week, so they needed to heal up. And I feel there were some questionable play calling by Dan Campbell that he challenged the spot of the line of the game. I don't know what some of his challenges were weird. And I know he went for it on 4th and 2, and I don't mind going for it, but when it's 4th and 2, I don't like going for the deep shot. You need to focus on just getting the first down. They took a deep shot to Isaac Tesla, a guy who's only caught 3 passes all year. And mind you, spectacular catches. And he seems to, when he makes the catches, it's either a touchdown or a big gain. So it's kind of a weird thing with him. But overall, a very impressive performance, considering the fact our secondary was without Kirby Joseph from an injury. They were without Brian Branch from the suspension because he got in a fight with Juju Smith-Schuster, which is, I don't want to get into that. And DJ Reed and Terrion Arnold also were out with an injury. And they had another guy in the secondary that was injured. So we were getting guys off the street playing in this game, and I gotta tip my hat to them. They held the Bucs in check. The defense was very impressive. They made key plays. Amik Robertson stepped up huge. So did this guy named Mullet. I have never heard of him. He came in, had a sick interception, ripped it from the Tampa Bay receiver's hands. Close to dual possession, but they gave it to the Lions. They wore the Lions, by the way, wearing their black uniforms with the blue helmet and the black line. I love those uniforms. They look so sick. I wish I was there, but the game started at 7. I only had like 4 hours of vacation, and that means I would have gotten out of work at 7:30. The game starts at 7 o'clock, so there's no way it wouldn't be worth the trip. So I sold it. But I do plan to go to. I still have 4 hours of vacation I'm saving for December 4th when they play the Cowboys. So hopefully I can make that game. I do plan to go that one. That's later on down the road. But yeah, the Lions win. They moved to 5-2. The division, the NFC North in general, is one big mess, especially with the Packers with a tie, which somehow gives them first place. I'm not going to get into that, but and the Bears have 4 wins, and the Vikings are in last with 3 wins. I mean, it's a long. The NFC North once again might be the most competitive division in football as far as like parity. My game ball, I got 2 game balls. One for the offense, Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, you can't not give it to him. I think he had over 130 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 80 yards receiving. This guy was electric tonight. He had a 78-yard touchdown run. And once he gets in that open field, no one's going to catch him. He's one of the fastest dudes in the league. And he had an amazing night. So he gets a game ball. My second game ball is a group game ball, and it goes to the secondary that played tonight. You're talking about guys that we got off the street, no one's ever heard of, and they held Emeka Egbuka, who's turning into not just a rookie of the year, he's like one of the best receivers in the league already. Like he's like top 10 material. He didn't do much tonight. Mike Evans, he played, but he got injured, and it looked pretty bad. He might, honestly, if I'm not a doctor, but he might be done for, like from what I read, he might be done for a while this year, and you might as well just make him done for the year, because he's at that age where I think he needs to start thinking about retirement. But we'll see how that goes. That's the concerning the Bucs. But yeah, those are my 2 game balls. Mollett, Harper, Amik Robertson. There was a lot of names I never heard of making plays for the Lions secondary. And really, I mean, also credit to the upfront pressure. They were pressuring Baker Mayfield all day. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson was in the backfield. Ali McNeil came back. That was a huge boost for the defensive front. The defense played a really well game. Offense, Goff, not his best game. He had a fumble. He threw an interception. Amon-Ra St. Brown played pretty well, and there was a few key catches by Laporta, but not the best performance from Goff and the offense outside of Gibbs, but they won, and that's all that matters. And now they got to bye. Guys can recuperate. We're going to get our secondary starters back soon, and after the bye, they play Minnesota at home. That's 2 weeks from now. As for my next video, next weekend, this coming Saturday, is a big game if you're in the state of Michigan, because it's Michigan and Michigan State for the Paul Bunyan Trophy in East Lansing. And if I am not working that weekend, I will try to be in Spartan Stadium in enemy territory. It's going to be an interesting video if I can make it. We'll see how it goes, but it should be a fun time, so I'm looking forward to that. But until then, go Lions. Hey, go Blue. Go Tigers. World Series is set tonight. The Mariners lost to the Blue Jays, so it's Blue Jays and Dodgers for the World Series. Go Red Wings. They still only have 1 loss after I think they're like 5-1. They're off to a pretty good start. And go Pistons. They just started their preseason. So until then, take care, and I'll talk to you later.